So I'm sure in recent days you have heard that Shia LeBeouf, the actor, converted to Catholicism, and there's a great interview that he had with Bishop Robert Barron where he kind of describes and narrates his journey, and they have this back and forth conversation about how God led him to that conversion of heart, conversion of faith, through that providential but unexpected invitation to play the part of Padre Pio in the upcoming movie about Padre Pio, right? You can watch the conversation if you haven't watched it, but it's very beautiful. But there's one aspect that I was really moved when he was sharing kind of how God was working in his soul.
I don't know anything about meditation. Meditation at this point in my life feels like a self-imposed timeout. Prayer feels like I'm memorizing somebody else's words, like I'm an actor, like I'm doing monologues for myself in my head. And Alex says, just go into that chapel and just shut up.
Meditation felt like a self-imposed timeout, a mental exercise. Sometimes, even us who consider ourselves frequent prayer people, sometimes that's what it feels like, where it's a self-imposed timeout, but there's no relationship there. It's a one-sided thing. It's a selfish thing, where prayer is just me in my little world, but we don't realize, isn't prayer more than that? Isn't the interior life so much richer than just a self-imposed timeout? So the other day I was thinking, we are in this desire, this deep desire for silence in our lives. We know we are in a world that has so much noise, so much things that just gnaw at our souls and our minds, even me, like there's a lot of things that just distract me because we're active. We're in a world that keeps on moving. We're hanging on to this train called life for our dear lives, trying to do the good that we can. We are on mission all the time. A priest is on call, so are parents. Parents are on call, and the kids have all these things, and parents have all these things, and we have all these things going on. We're active, and there's noise. And there's all these things that get to our hearts, and we desire silence. We desire to have those timeout moments. Here's a mistake we can make. It's not just silence for silence sake. It's not just keeping quiet. It's not just shutting the world aside. Because if we do that, it's not appealing and it's hard and we get frustrated because, yeah, maybe our lives aren't quiet because we have kids, because we have school, we have work, we have life. You just ask yourselves, it's not just about silence, is it? What our spiritual life asks of us, when Jesus says, shut the door and be in your room, he doesn't say just keep quiet. He says talk to your Father who will talk to you in secret. It's a relationship. We keep quiet for God to talk to us. We keep quiet for us to listen to him. You may have watched the video of my summer activities. If not, go check it out. But there's a moment in that summer where I took a detour to a tiny church in Franklin, Tennessee, because I had to do some video shots for music videos that I forgot to do when I was there earlier in the summer. So I went back on the way home at the end, and I was there for an hour. And it was an hour of silent work, doing shots of Mary and the tabernacle and the altar and the cross and the pews, and I was just going around this tiny little chapel quietly because no one was there, and I was just filming. And at the end, I sat down on the pew, I looked at Jesus, and there was this moment where I realized I was doing this all in his presence. Like, I wasn't alone. Like, I wasn't doing it for myself. I wasn't doing it just, I had busy work to do. I was doing it in his presence, and I felt that, and I was like, this is great that even in the midst of work, I can do it in a moment of prayer, in an atmosphere of prayer. I can do it with this awareness that God is there. And it was just an hour, and I felt so much at peace because I know I made that connection with God. My friends, today, very simple thought. Yes, we need silence, and I hope we make that step of wanting that. But want it not just to, to put the kids away and have our own me time, but do it in a way where you want to connect with someone who actually can give meaning to the chaos. Look for those silent moments so that you can connect with the one who can give order to your life, who can give peace that we long for, the rest. Come to me, all who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. That's why we keep silence. That's why we paused. That's why we meditate. That's why we go to church. That's why we go to adoration. That's why there's something called the interior life. We go into ourselves to encounter someone else that is not ourselves. It's God. There's nothing more to say. God bless you. Enjoy the week ahead and put this challenge to yourself. Find those moments where you can connect interiorly with the true other that is God, who wants to talk to you, who wants to reach out to your soul. And yes, seek those silent moments, but fill those silent moments with this encounter with the one who can give meaning to your life. I just finished filming the rest of what was missing. It's been really good. Very satisfying because now just closure. Now we can work with something, and it's been good to come back to this place where we did a lot of just beautiful things for God, and to be in His presence again. It's such a quiet place. You just feel you're at home again, just being with Him and doing His work. So it's good.